Good morning, ladies. This is our last one before our holidays. So this week I'm going to give you 2 cards. And it's more of a challenge than an actual cards. I have done samples, but it's more of a challenge. And the challenge is 1 snowflake die and 1 sentiment die and make 2 cards. So my first one is a A4 half fold card, and I have cut out 3 snowflakes into the top white layer, glittered them up, and then put them back in flat on the blue layer, and then I've lifted the white topper sheet up so that they sit in a recess. I've cut my sentiment out 3 times in the navy card, and then I glittered that up as well. And I've offset these ones. My sample that I'll show you, the one that I'm going to show you how to do, I've actually put them in a line. And the second card is a square card, A4 cut in half, and then made a square card out of it. And I've used, for the background, glittered, silver glittered card, and I've cut a matting layer, and then I've cut a snowflake out of each corner, and then pieced it back in so it's glued flat onto the glitter card. I've cut my sentiment out twice in the white and once in the glitter card just to lift it up, and then I've used glittered Nuvo drops just to give it a wee bit of sparkle on the top. Okay, so the first one, as I say, A4 folded in half. My white piece, I've used navy for my base card this time, and I've cut a white piece. So your matting and layering that goes flat on your card measures 8 by 5 5/8, and your top piece measures 7 3/4 by 5 3/8. And as I say, I've cut 3 snowflakes out, and I've done this in a pearl card, so I don't have to glitter this one this time. Just gives you another option if you don't want to use the glitter. So just place it on your card, and then if you don't want to put the glue on the back of your hand, if you get a piece of wax paper or greaseproof paper and just put it on that, you'll get the same effect. But you just want to glue it up on the back and just piece it in. And just make sure that's going to lift up now. If you just get your pokey tool and just poke it through, it'll go flat onto the card. And there you go, and just make sure that it's flat. And just put that back in. Make sure you've got that, and then do your next one. Make sure you've got plenty of glue on it. And as I say, if you just lift it up use your pokey tool. It's just having a wee bit of patience with it, that's all. And just make sure it's stuck down. And put both of them back on. And then do your third one. And there we'll go. That one was easier because I made sure it was stuck right in the centre. So that's your 3 snowflakes on. Now I'm going to put a piece of ribbon on the front. So I'm just going to stick some double-sided tape on the back. And I'm going to put a wee piece right in the centre of my ribbon so that when I put my sentiment on, it doesn't lift. Okay. Get that right in the centre, that's for sure. Right, there we go. And now I'm going to put foam tape. Now I don't want too thick, but I don't want too thin either. So I'm using a 2mm, I think it is. Yeah, that one's a 1mm. That's a 2mm. And then that's your 3mm. So I'm using the middle one. And hopefully, yeah. Right, I've noticed that. So I'm just going to take a notch out of that. That's it. I knew that one was a wee bit higher than the rest. And then just piece bits in. Because we don't want it falling down. Or sagging is the word I would be using. My scissors are getting a bit gungy. heat today is just incredible. There's no air in this craft room at all, and I've got windows open, and well, I had to shut my front windows because of the noise from the street, the cars, so that's probably why I'm plotting now. It was cooler earlier on. Right, one more bit. And there we go. So just take the back off. Oh. So, as I say, I've glued the white piece on flat, and this is going to be lifted. Now you've got to try and get this back in. But if you've kept your dies, if you've kept your card straight, it should fit, no bother. And there we go. Beautiful. Now, as I say, this one, I've cut it out in, it's a white pearlized I've used. It doesn't look white when you see it against the navy. It looks like an ivory, but it is actually white pearl. When you see the ivory pearl, you see the difference. Right, I'm just gonna glue those three together. And this is quite a, because it's such an intricate die, it's quite a hard one to put together. So I've come up with this. This is the way I'm finding it's easier to do. Like, put one layer on top of the other. And if you get one word started properly, the rest should all fall into place. So I get the sparkle done. There we go. Because it's so hot in here, the glue's drying really quickly. It's just having a wee bit of patience with it, isn't it? Now, the way I found the easiest way to do it is to put this one that I've got the two and I'm only doing this because it's such an intricate die. Because it's got the gap in it, it is really hard to put together. See, that's not stuck. I'll fix that once I've got it on the card. None of that's, oh, I'm just making an awful mess. Right, if I can get this on, I'll fix it once it's on the card. What a palaver. And see, it's just because it's so hot in here. Right, let's try this. If I can get this on. The card. Now, if there's any of these bits not stuck, this second piece, if they're not stuck down, let's get a wee bit of your backing off your double-sided tape. Use a bigger bit. Just stick it under. And you'll get some glue on it. There we go. Now, I find it's easier to stick the third piece on after they two are stuck down. So if you just put glue on your top piece. You might not have to do this if you don't use such an intricate die, but it's just because this one is so intricate that, or not just intricate, it's because it's got the spaces in it. There we go. See how easy that is. It maybe be easier to stick the first one on, then the second one. Do it in layers that way. If it's stuck down, it might be a lot easier to use, to stick on. But there we go. Clean up my hands. Got that much glue on them. Right, so, and I'm just going to get a blue sparkle, I think. and just put that in the centre of my snowflakes. And there we go. And that was, I like that one better than the first one.
Here's something I found on the internet. 1 by 1 equals 1. Any number times 1 is that number.
Thank you very much. That was very interesting. That's Alexa speaking to me. Right, so that's that one finished. Right, so your second card. As I say, get my mess cleaned up. A4 half fold. I thought I had it cut. Obviously I didn't. So A4 half fold. And then cut down to make a square card, which is just under 5 7/8. And we need a piece of silver mirror and a piece of white. So your silver mirror is going to measure 5 3/4. No, sorry, 5 6/8. No, that would be 5 3/4. 5 5/8 by 5 5/8. Duh. And then this one is going to be 5 1/2 by 5 1/2. So you've just got a wee narrow border on your silver card. If you don't have silver glitter card, use silver mirror. Okay. I honestly thought I had this all done, but obviously I didn't. Right. So set that at the side just now and get your white piece on your board and start off at one corner. Now I'm putting one point of the snowflake right to the corner because when we cut this out we don't want a corner piece left that's going to look odd. And then just run that through your machine. This is why I didn't cut this out on purpose, because I wanted to show you. Right. So take your snowflake out. Now you see how you've got a corner. So put that in that corner because you know that that's going to fit back in there. I've lost my my brother. Do you know this? I think I've got a ghost in here because that's 2 dies now I've lost. They've been on my craft table. I've been using them. and then I can't find them. They just disappear, and I've tried on the floor, I've tried in the bin. They just don't seem to be anywhere. And I had my brush out, you know, for taking the bits out of the dye, and I don't know what I've done with it. I was using it and it's disappeared. I don't know what I've done with it. So take that one off. And we're going to put this one down here because we know it's going to go in that corner. And then as I say, tape it down each time so that it doesn't move. Make sure there's no bits, cut out bits on your card, or it'll make an indent into your card. I'm going to stick that bit there because I know that that's going to go into that corner. And last one. Right, so this is going to go on flat. Put that down in a minute. And that's going to go in that corner. I'll do that one in a minute. Right, take that board out of the way. So make sure that you've got this on where it should be. And it's nice and straight. Okay, so we'll start with this top corner. And it's just basically doing the same as you did with your last one. And because it's going on a glitter card, make sure you've got plenty glue on. Just lift up. bits that you feel that are not got enough glue on them. And there you go. So that's stuck down. So we know that one's right. As I say, make sure that it's straight. So we'll get this one. As I say, if you don't like putting it on the back of your hand, if you get a piece of wax paper or greaseproof paper, and there you go. No, it's moved. Doesn't matter. And just keep going round until you've got it all on. And then again, just make sure it's straight. And the last one. And there we go. And that's your 4 corners. Okay. Now, oh, pardon me. Just make sure none of it's going to be desperately needing to clean these scissors. For another pair. You guys might come up with a better idea than this, hopefully. As I say, just one snowflake die, one sentiment die, and Bob's your uncle. Right. I'm going to have to look for another pair of scissors because these ones are too gungy. There we go. Because I want small pieces. What difference when the scissors are no guns, eh? You might want to do pin flare with this. That'll work just as well. That's better. I know it's pernickety, but it is worth it in the end when you see it finished. As I say, you lads might want to use pin flare on this. And there we go. It's getting all the back bits off now. I'll have to try and keep it straight because I know that's the bottom of my card. Oh, there we go. Aha, now I've got a bit here. It's poking out. And there we go. How's that? Wonderful. Right, take that out of the way just now. Now, I have done 2 in white, and I'm going to be to do another one in the silver. And the reason I didn't do it was to show you, when you're using glitter card, it is quite hard to cut, to get a decent cut. But if you use your metal shim, it cuts out brilliantly. Now, let's try this on this. Do it this way first. Put it on the card. Right, so that's one. And you see how good that's cut out? It says. And as I say, if you try and poke out as much as you can, it stops it stretching. There we go. And last bit. Yeah. I'm just doing this for quickness, because we'd have to go and get another piece of paper. Right, there we go. Oh, definitely a lot easier. Definitely. Right. Maybe should have done this right from the start. Put glue on the back of it. You put enough on it, it'll no dry so quick. Heat is just... It's a day for crafting outside if we were going to be crafting. And definitely a lot easier. See, it doesn't have this bit on. I think it's because of the glue. I think the glue was maybe drying too quick before. There. Ha-ha. And again, get your sparkles out. I used silver before. This is a clear one. Glitter Accents it's called. Dot in each snowflake. And then just random dots all over the place. And you might want to put pearls, or if you've got little stars or something like that, you might want to do that. There. So that's the one I'm leaving you with this week. It'll be a few weeks. I'll have off at least 3 weeks. But as I say, I'll let you know when I'm back on WhatsApp. It might be 3, it might be 4 weeks, just depends on the weather. Because if it's as hot as this, I'll not be coming back again for a wee while. Because this is not enjoyable, this weather. Or sitting in a craft room in this weather, I can assure you. Right, so that's that one. So it's basically the same. And then that's that one. And as I say, I made that one slightly different. I put that in a line and I offset them bits. Totally and utterly up to yourselves what you do. Okay, happy crafting, and we'll see you after the holidays. Bye.